Hey guys, welcome back to the video. In this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to make a photo slideshow with just 10 easy steps. I don't want to give a quick shout out to the video HD for recommending this video. He asked he shoots on Micro Four Thirds on Olympus RAW and JPEG, and he also want to know a technique for creating videos from photos with plugins and also effects. Alright my man, I got you. But first, let's see if we can import some of the raw photos. Alright, real quick guys, so right here I have 3 types of camera brands right here. One's from Canon, one from my iPhone, and one for GH6. This is my GH6. I shot on GH6 and it's also a Micro Four Thirds. And right here I have some raw photos. For Canon, let's see, Canon's raw photos have the extension of CR2. So let's see if we can import them. And yeah, we can import them just fine now. iPhone raw photos are .dng. Let's try importing .dng files in DaVinci Resolve. It does import, but it seems like DaVinci Resolve could not decode it. And let's go with the third one. Lumix GH6 with the raw photos of .r2w. Let's try importing this one. And this file just won't import. So you shot on Olympus, you might be working with a ARRF file, which is Olympus RAW photos format. And sadly, the software does not support Olympus still photo RAW files. This has remained consistent with earlier version, and there is no known update indicating ARRF support has been added. But the user who tried importing ARRF files in the Resolve confirmed the same limitation. Here's a practical workaround. Convert ARRF files using tools like Adobe DNG Converter or Olympus Workspace, which can export your RAWs into universally supported formats such as TIFF, JPEG, or DNG. Import the converted files into DaVinci Resolve, where formats like TIFF, JPEG, or DNG will import without issue and allow full color grading and editing. So yeah, that's raw photos for you. So guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's start with step 1 of how to create a photo slideshow in DaVinci Resolve. And step 1, pick your photos. Now, picking your photos has a lot of ways to do it. You can do it straight in the camera, or you can do it in your file explorer. The way I like to do it is to just import everything into Resolve. Just select all of them and then drag and drop them into the master tab right here and release, and it will automatically create all sorts of photos for me. So right here you can see we got ARRF, we got Canon, Quick Snap, Smartmatic. These are just all the photos that I shot on film and also sorted according to the camera. So how I like to do it is that I would be creating a new bin in my Resolve. I would just at the master bin right here, I'll just right click and create a new bin, and let's just call it sorted. Oh, you know what? Let's call it picked. I cannot spell. Oh my god, where did it go? And then I will right click my picked and then open as new window. And then this new window, I will just drag this window right here and leave this right here for now. And when I pick my photos, for example, I like this photo very much, and I will just click and drag and put it right here. But note that when you click and drag, you are moving the photo to another bin. So if you don't want to move the photo, you can select them, hold down Alt and drag them to another window, and it will copy and paste them, and it will still have a copy right here. And when I move this back, there's now 2 photos right here. So the quicker way to do this, right here, DaVinci Resolve 20.1, we got this new feature right here, which is the source tape. Click the source tape right here and then select the bigger folder. Right here we got ARRF. Inside ARRF we got 3 folders, and you can see right here there are a lot of lines. These are individual photos. So if I select, I'm gonna click my source viewer right here, and I'm gonna hit the arrow key down to quickly scroll through all of my photos. If I select my file explorer right here and I click down, it would just go down. So you need to be very careful of where you're selecting. When you found one that you like, for example, I really like this one, It's got a little bit of lens flare, a plastic lens flare, and then I can just hold down Alt and drag and drop to my picked bin. And you see it's here and also it's here. It just copy right over. Now move on to step 2. We need to find a background music for our video. Of course, it is a video, so a video needs sound, and we're gonna find a background music for our video. You can find your background music anywhere you like, but for me, I have a background music right here. And then to import them, just go back to the master bin. Be too careful about where we're selecting this. We want to select this right here, source clip, not our source tape. We want source clip so we can view the folders over here. Right click, new bin, and just name it BGM. Go inside BGM and drag and drop our sound into our media pool. And then we can just drag and drop our BGM to the timeline, expand it a little bit, and just hit this right here to view the whole timeline. But maybe I want it just a little bit longer. I can click on my music, go to the inspector, audio, and live trim. And then we're just gonna make this a little bit longer, maybe 48 seconds for now, because for now we don't quite sure know how long we need our background music to be. So right here I'll just place it at 48. It kind of have a little bit overshoot, but that's okay, we can adjust that later. The more photos you have, the more longer your background music needs to be. So for photo slideshow, for me, I like to start my video with a video, even though it's a photo slideshow. Right here I have a video of me holding up my camera and then pan up, and also my camera's follows. Focus a little bit, and then I took a picture. And that is going to be my transition into the photo slideshow. Because I started my photo slideshow with a video, I need a transition to change everything into a photo slideshow. So right here I took a photo, and I also have a digital photo. I think it was Canon 60D, and this one was my photo. See right here, and I can just drag and drop it right here. And this is going to be my first frame. I mean, you can pick and choose how you start your photo slideshow. This is just for me. It doesn't have to be work on everybody else. Let's have a listen to kind of see where the music kind of starts. I think it starts around here. Okay, this is the beat right here. We can also right click our audio and show music bits. Right now it's gonna analyze and see that's a beat right here, and then we can have our first frame start over here. So we got our video. Let's mark in and out to extract where we want it to be. Okay, we got this looking at the camera. Let's start here, and then pan up, camera in, and at the shutter collapse. And then this is our black screen, and then you gotta mark this out. And right here, I'm gonna click and drag the whole video and the audio along with it into our timeline. Let's drag and drop it right here. Move it front a little bit, so we can see right here the video is a little bit too long because our photo slideshow actually starts over here, but our video is kind of a little bit too long. What we can do is we can come over here to our video, and then let's hit Ctrl R to enable this speed change. We can also right click, retime control, and then we can just move our cursor right here, and we can just drag to just the length that we want. And right now you can see it is sped up 142%. Alright, right now we got our video and our first frame together. Right now it's time to import all our photos. So what I like to do is I like to select all. We can Ctrl A and just drag and drop all the photos into the timeline right here. But right now we can see that all our photos are a little bit too long. Let's double click one of the photos, and we can see every photo is 5 seconds long. We can of course adjust this a little bit. What I like to do is that I like to lock everything because I don't want to touch my audio. And step 6, we're gonna arrange our photos to the beats. So right now we're gonna determine how long we want our photos to stay. So let's play it back a little bit. But right here is good. What I like to do is I like to use this tool right here. It's called the trim edit mode. I'll enable this trim edit mode, and then I can go here to where the photo ends. And you can see this icon right here. It's not the icon in the middle, but the icon right here with like a video tape and an arrow. We can just drag and drop here like this. And then we can also do everything the same until we meet our duration for our every photos. So every photo's duration can be different. Right now I'm just showing a rough example of what it can be. So of course some photos are maybe more nice to look at, so you can let it to sit a little bit longer. So after you laid out all your photos, we can come back here to unlock our audio track, and we can select our audio track, and we can live stream again if our audio is too long or too short. So for example, right now my background music is a little bit too short, and I can just readjust them. So after we got a length that we kind of satisfy, we can just disable the live stream and just stream it back, and right here at this white dot right here, and we can just give it a fade out, like a 3-second fade out should be good. And step number 8, if you need to rearrange your photos, we can just hit Ctrl Shift and click one of the photos, and then we can drag them around like this. Next, step number 9, we're gonna add a background for our slideshow. Right here I have a pepper texture stop motion background. I'm just drag and drop them into my BGM. I don't care anymore. And we're gonna select our video. I'm gonna hit Alt and hit the arrow key up to move everything to the next track. We can also right click our track here and then just move track up, and that's it. And then right here I have a background. Let's drag and drop right here, and then you can see right now we have a background for our slideshow. But if conveniently your background is same as me, a stop motion is moving, we can stop it moving by, we're gonna first disable our photo first. Okay, let's just say I like it right here. And then we can just select our background video and hit R, and we're gonna enable freeze frame. Take the freeze frame and change, and right here you will see it's cut into half, and this is going to be the freeze frame, and this is going to be the video that it cut before the freeze frame. So this is still gonna be a video. We can just override it by, you know, placing it over. And right now we have a static background. Let's enable this again. And right now we have a background and a photo slideshow. Step number 10, add effects, sound effects, and also transition if you need to. So for effects, what I like to do is using the video collage. Let's go effects and search for collage, and then this is the toolbox. We want open effects, video collage, and let's drag and drop into our first frame right here. It's gonna look like this, but don't panic. We're gonna go to the inspector right here, which it says workflow, create background. We're gonna create tile with our photos, and then right here columns, just gonna change it to 1, rows gonna change it to 1, left right margin, let's just zero it out. Everything, just zero everything out. And right here the yellow bar is actually the border of the collage. We can shrink this border by adjusting the left right margins, and then right here is actually good. And then we're gonna change the size of the tile. We can go to tiles and then custom size and shape, and then we're gonna enable this custom size, and we're gonna scale it down a little bit. And also if you want the border to come back, we can just go to tile styling, apply to all tiles, and this is tile border. We can increase this all tile border right here, and we can also change the color of our border. We can change it to pure white. Okay. And also I like to add drop shadow to give it a little bit of 3-dimensional effect. So let's go strength, let's go a little bit bigger strength, and then blur a little bit, and then expand a little bit, so it kind of pop out from the background, right? And we want to copy these effects to our other photos. We can just right click here, copy, or just hit Ctrl C on our keyboard, Ctrl C, and then go to our other photos right here. You can just right click again, and then we can hit paste attribute or Alt V. Paste attributes, and it's gonna pop up a window right here. It automatically takes plugins. That is good. And then we can also tick this don't show until next copy, and tick right here and apply. And see, we got our effects applied right here. We can zoom out to the whole timeline. We can select all our photos. We can also hit Alt V to apply effects to all our photos right here. And of course, right here in the collage effects, we got a little bit of animation right here. If you have more time, you can tweak and play with the settings right here to see your fittings. And by the time you reach step 10, you have yourself a photo slideshow, which is decent. And these 10 steps are really very easy. And right here, I have also created a photo slideshow while I was testing. And these are the effects, like we can add fade in for our background in our photos. And then we can also add like sound effects for our shutters. Right here, I got the camera shutter sound effects right here. And a little bit of zoom in right here. And you can also add transition. Right here, I have a transition. It's just a film burn transition. You can get it on YouTube anywhere, it's free, but I got it on envato.com. It's pretty useful right here. It's got plenty of film burn transition right here that I can use, but I just stick one for now because this is a easy tutorial. I don't want to make it too complicated. And of course, this is not the only way that you can use collage. And if you have more time, you can also tweak and play to have your photos like Polaroid, and just add a text right here, a little bit scribbly text right here. This sample diary, and also a transition. And this is right here. This is also another way of tweaking around. Like if you have more time to play around, this is how I would do it. And of course, there are many more examples of how to do a photo slideshow if you have just a little bit more time to tweak and play with everything. But this is the 10 easy steps that you can create a photo slideshow in DaVinci Resolve. Yeah guys, if you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing if you want more video like this. If you are interested to learn about what more the collage effect can do, make sure you check it out in the video right here. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.